My name is Eliza. You're watching 1700, and I'm here with Taymi and the wonderful band Dear Sunday. How are you guys going?
Hello.
Hello. Thanks for having us.
How you going?
Good. Okay, so now for all the guys who don't know about your epic sound, do you want to tell us how Dear Sunday came about and who came up with the wonderful name?
That's me. So the name came from someone's Instagram story. They said, "Dear Sunday, I hate you." I think they, I can't remember why, but it sort of snowballed from there. We originally had a name. It was Late Night Bingo. We've been friends before the band, so it sort of snowballed from that. We didn't really have a name, and then someone, a mutual friend, was thinking about starting a clothing label, I think, and then never ended up happening. And I just hit him up being like, because it's always stuck in my mind, and I don't know, it just stemmed from there. And the sound comes from, I guess, the fact that we all listen to such different music. Everyone in the band is very different in regards to what we listen to. So it's stemmed from a bit innate, like it's very natural. Like I said, we've just been friends, so it's never been, we've never sat down and decided what we should sound like or shouldn't sound like. So I think we just do it because we enjoy it.
Well, firstly, I love that the band name is Almost Stolen. It's really fun.
Yeah.
But you guys have a new single out, Knock Knock, which is a really, I thought, touching exploration of mental illness and the grief of losing a loved one. What made you decide to write a single that confronts depression and that kind of feeling head on?
That's probably me again.
Ben talk again since he wrote it mostly.
So it originally stemmed from the whole idea. I always thought it would have been like a bit of a smart move, just having the whole knock knock who's there be a vocal hook for a song because everyone already knows it. So it stemmed from there originally. Actually, Mason and I were in our warehouse where we jam, and we sort of went on this little bit of a tangent and managed to write 3 songs back to back to back, which is sort of like we haven't really done that before. And it stemmed pretty much, I don't know, it took me a little while to figure out what it was about as well. I think once I started writing it and when I sort of was content with the fact that that's what I was venting about subconsciously, I think it just happened pretty naturally. So it was a pretty confronting song to put out. It's weird. I'm a big advocate for mental health and will do everything and anything I can to promote it. But yeah, I don't know. It just stemmed really naturally. Like I said before, it's never been forced or like we've never had an intention behind something, I guess. But this one was a little bit more personable to me, I think. That's good. I'm pretty proud. It's a weird song to put out. Usually we're super excited, but for the first time I was a little bit like, oh God, here we go. So it's very bittersweet, but I'm glad it's out there.
Yeah, I think it's so great that it's like obviously such an amazing message as well to put out there. Apart from that, in that experience itself, has there been another favorite part about creating new singles and dropping, your debut album last year as well? What was been your favorite part about the process?
We enjoy it all, really, like we just love the whole recording or the process of doing that. We all kind of have our own kind of jobs and everything we do. So it's good just to all get together and do what we enjoy doing. And that's playing music, So the whole, from playing out in the warehouse where we jam to gigging to recording, we just love it. So it's so good to just do it, really. So we get excited every chance we can.
Yeah, well, on that point as well, like we were at the studio yesterday and I kind of had not yesterday, on the weekend, I kind of had this cool thought and I said to Ben, I was like, I'm kind of stoked being in this band because like I'm forced to hang out with these guys. Because otherwise I don't think they'd hang out with me. Yeah, so it's like we're kind of like forced to have to get together and like we love each other heaps. So like it's such a good excuse to like have to see each other in a way, because otherwise you get so busy with life and everyone has their own things going on. Because there's this with all the intentional things that we're doing, like it gives us a great excuse to just actually hang out, which is really cool. And obviously we get to play shows together, record together, be creative together, which is a plus as well.
It's so weird. I've never actually thought of it like that. When Mason made that point, I was like, oh yeah, like we get paid to hang out sometimes. So I was like, watch people actually like watching us. Like I still get rattled when people can sing along to us or go out of their way to get dressed and organise a Friday night to come watch us. Or it still confuses me knowing that we'd be hanging out with each other, probably a little bit less because we're all so busy, but we hang out with each other all the time and just play music for more people. So it's we love it.
Get paid for forced friendship, the dream.
Yeah, literally. Solid band names, at least.
I'm not that paid.
Yeah.
Now, one of my favorite parts about listening to you guys, though, is that there is a lot that's going on, a lot sonically that, you know, that you can kind of pick up on. Who have been your musical influences, and yeah, what else do you listen to that comes out in your music, would you say?
I guess we'll go around from person to person. For me, I've just always loved band music. I think because I grew up playing instruments a lot, I love being able to visualize the music being made. So seeing like a 4-piece or like a 5 or whatever, how many people, I just really like music that you could tell that each person really mastered their craft and sort of had put time in to learn it. Not saying that that's us, because we're the complete opposite.
I think it's just kind of cool because we all have our own sort of genres that we listen to. We don't all listen to the same music personally. So I think the way the Dear Sunday sound, it is a taste of like everyone's sort of what they like individually. And we kind of, obviously we're all inspired by what we listen to. So we try to bring that to the songs, and it's kind of formed into how we sound now, I guess. But
so it is more of one person brings this element and then somebody else brings this element, rather than sitting
I think it is, but I don't even think we know that that's even happening. I think we just go and we just sort of jam, and the boys bring ideas. And well, I think over time, like even speaking to you guys and stuff, we kind of chat about it when we don't chat about it privately. And then we realize, like, wait a second.
Yeah, so true.
That kind of is actually what happens. So I wouldn't say we bring that, like we do, but unintentionally. Yeah, if that makes sense.
Subconsciously.
Yeah. That's how I kind of look at it.
Yeah.
Very cool. Now, out of all like your collections, do each one of you have like an individual favorite song that you guys love? And what's like the reason why you love it? Is because maybe you have more reins over it or anything like that?
I really liked Never Again when we did that. That's purely because I could play that song. The rest I'd stuff up a lot. But it's a good song. But now I'd say Knock Knock. I think that one's for me, my personal taste in what I like that's the closest we've done to that. A bit heavier and stuff, and the meaning behind it and whatnot. But that's probably my favorite.
Yeah, I'd have to agree on that too. Definitely Knock Knock. I like it's a bit heavier and a little bit darker too. And yeah, I reckon that's the best one to date. The one I like the most personally to date anyway. So
I'm like the opposite end. Susie's like a real like happy sort of like lively song. I think I like that the most because coming out of the studio, like we were really happy like how that turned out. Like
we weren't even meant to record Susie. That was a song that we decided. We had a show the night before, and then it just went off. Like it's just such an energetic song, so that went off live, and then we're walking around afterwards being like, should we record that tomorrow? Just threw a bit of a curveball and had to learn in the studio. And like we said, we all have busy lives, so as we booked the studio time that we had on Saturday in December, I think, or even a bit earlier. So it's like we have to plan this like we try to get organised, but we just tend to not sometimes. But on that, I think it's a bit of a mixture of both. I think I love Susie because it's super energetic, and it's a song that everyone sort of looks forward to when it is live, just because the energy behind it. Everyone can have a bit of a dance, but Knock Knock's pretty tough. I do like that reggae rock sort of like head bobby sort of like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like it's the first song I've done that's like that for me, and especially with the message behind it, it's just a bit of a plus.
Welcome back to 1700. We are with the amazing Dear Sunday, and before the break, we're chatting about your brand new single. But now let's chat about all your exciting plans for 2022.
What is going on with us?
Well, 2022 is off to a rocky start. We had a few shows that we played. We were meant to be playing this weekend, but due to new restrictions in WA, we can't go ahead with shows. So I guess when we're planning everything, like we've all said it from the start, we have to be really prepared this year that some things that we were excited for, we had some really huge events that we've confirmed that we weren't able to announce yet that just got pulled out pretty much. So it's pretty much off to a rocky start. We sort of have to play it by ear in terms of live music. In terms of recording, we were just in the studio, so just trying to get out some music. And we all chatted at the start of this year, and we really wanted to just focus on releasing music and just, being consistent with that, and also putting as much effort into that music that we released this year. yeah, those are the goals, I guess. As much as we love to play live, like that's
We had a good run.
Yeah, we
were very lucky for a long time. Not like we were playing sometimes 3 shows a weekend for a long time. We've only been doing it for 18 months, whatever, nearly 2 years now. So we've had a good run, and now our border's open tonight. So it's a bit of we're back to reality, but not reality. You know what I mean? Like we're only just starting to get COVID cases now that at arm's reach away. So we're pretty foreign to the whole thing, and we've been lucky. But yeah, like Mason said, we had a few shows stripped away from us, but that's not at all out of the ordinary. I don't think we were expecting it. I was hesitant to even do this show we're going to have organised on Saturday, just because we knew that was around the time we literally organised it, then the borders were going to be open. So it's inevitable, but just keep recording music, and yeah, we've got heaps to record, so we're going to be busy.
So it is definitely a bit of a spanner in the works, which is upsetting, but it is great that you are working towards releasing more music. Very exciting. What are the plans with that? The songs that you're writing, that you're recording, that you're releasing, are they all linked in any particular way, or are they all just kind of individual stories? How do they work?
Mainly individual stories, really. You know, we're quite sporadic. Like each song's different. And it's all just not off the cuff necessarily, but yeah, they're all different for sure. There's no. We may do another EP or something this year. I don't know. We've got a 5-day block of recording, but we'll see what happens with that for sure.
It's kind of funny because we'll go like have our little like rehearsal sessions or jams or whatever, and then we'll be playing a song. We're like, man, we got to record this one next, and then the next time we're in, we're like really feeling another song. We're like, well, all right, we got to do this one. Like, screw the other one. And we always just constantly do that until we get closer to the block, and then at that point we'll start to narrow down like with what we're really feeling we want to bring out. I don't know. I feel like the seasons kind of played a part. Like if it's winter or summer, or we kind of maybe that's a bit of an influence on what we release. But we just jump ship like so many times.
All the time, like I said before,
yeah.
With Susie, we've done that a couple of times. Changing it last minute, but
which I love. Like it's it's.
Calvin doesn't. Calvin is hard in practice.
It keeps it. I love a bit of organisation, but it does. It keeps it fresh and fun. Like it keeps it exciting. It's like it doesn't feel like we're locked into. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't become work, if that makes sense. Like we're not in the like what we'll have our moments, but like it's fun. Like not knowing what we're going to do until a few weeks, and then we'll lock it in then, and
So who knows? We could have an album.
Yes. Now, as a band, obviously you're doing so well, and you obviously keep going up and up and up, which is really, really exciting. Now, for anyone of your fans or people that want to get started in the industry, what are your key tips on how to get started and how to, become successful and do the things that you love?
Still feel like we're...
I couldn't put a nail on the head, bro. That's like, for me, that's just do it. Just enjoy it. I don't even think about if it's going to be our full time. I really like manifest it and like look forward to it being to that point. But like, for me, it's I play guitar in my room. Like, what do you mean? And the fact that like it still absolutely blows my mind that, like I said before, people will even put in their card details to buy a ticket to a show. You know what I mean? Like, or send a group message being like, "Hey, like, dear Sunday, playing on this on Friday night. Do you want to go?" And like a group, you know what I mean? Like people get ready to come watch us do what we're lucky enough to do, and like I don't know, just do it. And literally just do it because you like it.
Yeah.
And the confidence comes out. So.
I think alongside with that, like the industry is so saturated right now with lots of artists. Obviously, it's very easy to release music, very easy to record. I think like be very intentional with what you do as well. Like you can just sit there and record, but there are lots of bands that get stuck into the routine of trying to perfect a song that they never actually release something, or trying to make everything perfect, or not even trying to make things perfect, but just maybe on the other end not doing enough. Like I think with us, because we work full time, we have to be so intentional that when we're here for this time, we have to do this. When we book a show, it has to be a time that works for everyone. It has to play around our schedules well, and it has to be something that's beneficial towards us. Obviously, we'd love to help friends with this and that, but we're so limited with time that every decision that we do, our resources are kind of limited as well. So we have to be very like, what is something we can get out of this, but also how can it improve us as a band? How can that build towards our I guess label that we're trying to grow, and our image. But I'm on that side of the band where I deal with all that stuff.
Mason's real onto it.
Yeah.
He loves that. I don't believe he does it.
But yeah, I think it's for people starting a band, as long as you're having fun. That's
Yeah. Don't do it if it isn't
regardless of
fun.
anything else.
Yeah.
Just as long as you're having fun.
That was the number one
That's it,
rule when
really.
we first started, was that we'll stop doing it when it stops becoming fun. Hence why we've done those collabs with those other artists, and like why we just don't necessarily have that. Whether we're a surf rock band when we do other things, you know what I mean? It's just like always been just whatever we enjoy. It's pretty effortless when you have the fun. So.
And as a band, be emotionally open to each other.
Yes.
Don't hold on to your feelings.
Yeah.
You know, if someone upsets you, tell them straight away so they know.
Good communication is real good.
Yeah.
We've always been pretty good at that. So
Yeah.
like I said, it's effortless.
Oh, that's very sweet. Before we wrap up, do you guys have any juicy secrets about what we can expect coming up this year? Any time that you might be releasing music, any festivals, gigs, anything lined up for the rest of the year?
A week ago or 2 weeks ago, we probably would have a bunch, but I feel like we've gotten a lot pulled out from under us, which isn't a bad thing because we're blessed to have them anyways. But I guess because of all the restrictions and stuff, nothing particularly huge.
We can probably say what we're going to do. We had
like some we're going to have our first festival lined up.
Yeah, we're going to be on our
with the big
festival.
Stage, with the big screens
Big
on the
tellies,
side. Yeah,
green room,
but
we're going to have a lot. We're
that's
going
been
to be opening
postponed.
for a music festival, but it just got postponed again. So
yeah,
we're kind of it's pretty crazy. Yeah,
Yeah.
Pretty cool. But it will happen.
Yeah.
It will happen for sure.
but yeah, if you're in WA, we're obviously always going to be trying to play shows. You can keep
The
your
fact
eyes
that the
peeled
borders
on
are open
social-
is just like not
Yeah.
even like being a thing that I could even comprehend. So you never know, we might even be, but you're away at some point. It could be
Yeah.
anything now. It's go time. We've got a few good friends who are over east, so some big artists who we've like been talking back and forth with and building relationships with. That we'll probably go over and do some shows with, or they'll come here, vice versa, jump in the studio with them. Even like I said, we're pretty open to doing collabs, and we've got a few cool things in the pipeline that I won't say yet, just so I don't jinx it. But yeah, you'll definitely see more of us, that's for sure.
And in terms of releases, we're going to be trying to release as much as we can. So
Yeah.
No particular dates yet, but there's going to be lots, which is the goal.
That's all right. As long as you get yourself out there and you keep pushing, I think is the main thing. Now, finally, what is your social media so we can keep up with all your band's goss and updates?
So everything would be Dear Sunday Band, the TikTok, the Instagram, the Twitter, which we've never used in our life.
I don't know we had Twitter.
Don't go on our Twitter. There's nothing on it. Everything's under Dear Sunday. Spotify, Dear Sunday, everywhere you can stream music. We try to be present. So yeah.
Easy as that.
So easy. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time, guys. This was such an awesome chat. We really do appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having us. Yeah, we appreciate your time.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thanks everyone for watching.